Hello, welcome back to my channel. This is another episode of Roll for Storybook Sims, which is based off of Adventures in Aardia's Roll for Sandwich and Gibi ASMR's Roll for ASMR. Got some new dice to show off. They got this dragon swirl in gold on blue, like blue-green, shiny. Yeah. Get the dice tray back on the screen. 1. Okay, we are doing Cinderella. We'll roll our d6 for what we're building. 2. Okay, full household. All right. And for the chaos dice. Okay. Okay. So we have featured custom content, full household, doing Cinderella. All right, so let me go find some custom content and then we'll get back into the Sims. All right, we are back in the Sims. This is our Cinderella family. This is our evil stepmother. Just going through trying to get her some appropriate outfit for the ball. Decided that the most appropriate way to depict the evil stepmother in a modern Sims situation is as the stereotypical Karen. I gave her the Karen hair. I feel like red is a good color for the evil stepmother because I'm putting Cinderella and the prince in like blue and whites. And the stepsisters are in varying shades of pink, as you'll see. Let's see. I seem to have lost some of the clips that I was working on, so this video is mainly going to be the outfits for the ball. This is one of the custom content hairs. It's by Historical Sims Life. I'm gonna link the custom content down below. And I did purchase the latest expansion pack, and these are some of the outfits from that pack. So one of the things that I decided I'm gonna do is take bits and pieces from my favorite versions of the story. One of the versions that makes the most sense is that the ball is a masquerade ball. That's one of the big reasons why the prince doesn't recognize Cinderella. The other usually is that they've never met before. So, trying to find a cool looking mask for the stepmother. Looking through. There are masks in Discover University. There's a couple in base game. And then there's the very fancy ones from the royalty pack. I think I ended up going with Discover University for the stepmother. Okay, here we have Ella. And I am taking the family name Ashton, sort of inspired from Star Kids Cinderella's Castle, where the family name is Ashmore. And that version is a rock musical. It's one of the more unique versions of the story that I've seen. And instead of being mean humans, the step family are actually trolls. Here I'm trying to decide whether it should be a long dress or a short dress. I think I do think I end up going with this one. While there is a glass slipper or crystal slipper in the royalty expansion pack. It's not really a thing you can wear. It's more of a event. So I decided to go with the crystal looking shoes from the Crystal Creations pack. Trying to decide on a hair for Cinderella here. This one is by Buzzards and Bits, I think. And it's got that cool jeweled comb that goes in the back. Want to give her some kind of jewelry here. That's from the Crystal Creations pack. These are from Royalty and Legacy. Yeah, I want to. She needs something. Forget what I actually ended up deciding on. I know I wanted to keep Cinderella more simple and elegant. Step mother and stepsisters are going to be a little bit gaudier. And I'm going back and forth on what I want her to look like. I ended up putting her in a separate household, but I took the fairy godmother in a large part from the most recent version of Rodgers and Hammerstein's Cinderella, where she's the village crazy lady, but turns into the beautiful, glamorous fairy godmother when Cinderella needs her. And I think that's a fun idea. There are several versions where it's fairy godmother has two separate appearances. I think I do end up deciding that I'm going to use this dress with the butterflies on it for the wedding gown. That's what I'm working on here. Ooh, I like that it's got the corset detail on the back of the butterfly dress, which I don't know if I show it again. But that is also custom content. It is by Sifix, I think. I will label the CC when I put it in the description. So this is the wickeder stepsister. Also taking from Rodgers and Hammerstein's Cinderella, where there is one stepsister that is not as mean as the other one. And I like that. I like the not dichotomy, but I like that there's an added depth to the character. This one is the one that's more like her mother. And she is going to be in a much louder pink. Kind of also taking, yeah, that's trying to give her some very fancy hair. I'm kind of assuming that for the ball, the Heather and Karen are both wearing wigs. I'm also taking inspiration from Into the Woods, where one of the stepsisters is wearing mauve and the other one is wearing pink. I think this is the pink stepsister, and the other sister is wearing like lighter pinks. She is also going to be wearing some much louder jewelry than Cinderella, or than Ella, and also louder than her mother, who is a little bit classier. I'm looking at trying to find her a pink ball gown. That may be too sexy. But I kind of feel like the dynamic between the step family is that before Karen married Ella's father, that Karen and Heather were both picking on the other sister, whose name I don't remember at this point. And that when the families merged, that the nice sister started picking on Ella just to basically as a defense mechanism. I think about to the point where I decide on, yeah, she's definitely gonna have the hot pink shoes, or at least bold, flashy pink shoes. Even though you can't really see them under her dress. Let's see, am I happy with this? Alright, there we go. Now we're working on the nice sister. Whose name I think is Madeline? So I gave her glasses, and she's sort of more of the bookworm of the family. And she's gonna be wearing more of a lighter pastel type pink. And I tried to make Heather and Kieran's masks kind of match more. And Madeline's is going to be a little bit different. She's also in a much, I don't want to say conservative dress, but less flashy. She's keeping it simpler because she's not really looking for a husband at the ball. I don't know if I'd go as far as to say she's already got somebody that she's interested in, but she's definitely not looking for somebody. And this is, what am I doing here? Oh, I'm giving her some more jewelry, I think. Or changing out her jewelry or something. Working on the makeup for Madeline here. And I think that I'm not the best with glamour makeup, but I'm trying. This is Jonas Ashton. He is Ella's father. Um, Most versions of the story, the father is already deceased. Um, but in order to make the family tree work out correctly with the new patch, he, he has to at least be alive long enough to be married to Karen in Cass. If I were going to continue, if I were going to actually play this household, um, he would have an unfortunate accident very, very quickly. But I don't think I'm going to end up playing this household. They're just going to be townies in the world. So he gets to live for a little while longer. But I'm giving him some, I think it's the Undertaker career reward outfits. That and some of the get together outfits. Um, the way I kind of picture him is he's very depressed over he's he's honestly still very depressed over his first wife's passing, and then how his second wife is treating his daughter. Um, Again, going back to Into the Woods, that's the other major versions of the story that I can think of where the father is still around. He is an alcoholic and is not doing very well. This is Christopher Prinz. He is our Prince Charming character. I'm mainly putting him in the royalty and legacy outfits, just to give him more of a like military royal uniform. And I like the idea of him also matching with Ella, putting him in like the blue and white, light blue outfit here. And there's a all white outfit that I end up adding as a second formal outfit, I think, as sort of the wedding outfit. And here I am trying to figure out his hair and facial hair. I'm trying to decide whether he could have the little beard goatee or go clean shaven. Fun fact, all of the Sims in this household were randomly generated and then kind of tweaked and adjusted. Um, the prince accidentally looks like a guy I went to college with, so hey Jared, if you're watching. Um, but yeah, here's his ball attire. Um, with the mask, trying to just make it kind of similar-ish vibe to Cinderella without actually being the same mask. Um, I think at some point I end up trying the lacy mask on him, and it just didn't look right. So, trying a couple different hairstyles. Um, Working on giving him some alternate hairstyles to go with his other outfits. And I think he kind of ends up accidentally having a 90s pretty boy vibe, which I'm not upset by at all. I did decide to go with the clean shaven look, and I gave him a slightly stronger chin here. Okay, so we are now sometime later, and I've finished making all the Sims. I'm gonna go into create a Sim.
Oh, Imbo Alaba.
Here we go. All right. So this should be our finished Cinderella household. This is Karen Ashton. She is our wicked stepmother. She is evil, materialistic, and high maintenance, with the fabulously wealthy trait. Here's her everyday outfit. I want a little bit fairy tale stepmother here with the Karen hair. Here's her formal outfit. She has two. And the second formal outfit for everybody is for the wedding. She also has this as a yoga outfit. Here's her sleep wear. Her party wear is the same as her formal, because I wasn't sure whether the ball would be considered formal wear or party wear. Hot weather and cold weather. Ella Ashton, our Cinderella. Pretty outfit. Formal wear for the ball. Her wedding gown. Her other formal outfit. Athletic wear. Sleepwear. Party. Just the same as the ball. Swimwear. Hot weather. Cold weather. Oh, and I really like that little corset detail on the back of this dress. And again, I'll try to link all of the custom content down in the description box below. Oh, and Ella is good, generous, and cheerful. She has the friend of the world aspiration. Heather, the wicked stepsister, has the ambitious, high maintenance, and materialistic trait. Let me give her a different. Sure, give her the mansion baron aspiration. Madeline Ashton is the not so wicked stepsister. I'm going to leave her with the friend of the animals aspiration. She has the geek, bookworm, and animal enthusiast traits. Jonas Ashton. I might randomize his. I might change his first name to Victor, because that's Jonas Ashton is kind of hard for me to pronounce for some reason. Family oriented, proper, and gloomy. Christopher Prince is our prince. He also has the mansion baron aspiration. Has the dance machine, good, and outgoing traits. But go back to Heather and show off the outfits. This is her everyday. Her first formal. Athletic. Sleepwear. Oops, here. Eyeglasses to party. There we go. Instead of having to look for it. For swimwear. Hot weather. And cold weather. This is Madeline's outfits. Her formal. And for her wedding outfit, she gets more of a purpley blue. Because by that point, she's actually legitimately friends with Ella. And I'm doing the color shift to signify that. Hot weather, cold, and cold weather. Here's Victor's outfits. It's athletic, sleepwear, party wear. I don't really like having shoes in swimwear, because unless they're actually pool shoes that you're really going to be swimming with. And Christopher Prince, his formal outfits. He's got his actual crown in his second formal outfit. I like that little stripe on the leg. Sleepwear, party wear, swimwear, hot weather, and the cold weather outfit. All right, that is the Cinderella household. Save that to my library, and I will put that on the gallery here soon. If you're looking for it, you'll have to search under modded custom content. Just make sure you've got the includes custom content button checked, otherwise it will not show up in your search. But yeah, I will go ahead and save that here, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.